Hey everyone, Antipredator1M here. So, I don't usually get many views on my updates videos, but I guess there's a chance that I will get 50 or so views occasionally on these type of videos. I just wanted to update you on what I've been up to and the experiences I've had as a happy middle-aged person in Brisbane. I honestly don't know why I'm actually happy at the moment. Could be some various reasons, but one of the things I'm thinking of is how on the way to catching my bus home, I came across these couple of Christian people who were talking about Jesus and offering chocolates to this sort of haggardy, probably homeless sort of man, or pretty poor sort of man. And the man was refusing and saying, "Oh, I can't eat chocolate," and that sort of thing. And I did overhear eavesdrop on some of the conversation, and the man wasn't very receptive and didn't believe in Jesus either, obviously. Now, I don't believe in Jesus either, but I will say that the intentions and the acumen and the presentation of these young gentlemen impressed me. And they're called Freemasons. In some people call them Freemasons. I think there's another um, group of people who call themselves Freemasons, who go around doing good deeds for other people. And although I don't do that in the name of Jesus Christ, I would do that in the name of kindness. I just think it was quite interesting that they have a particular modus operandi and go around the streets of Brisbane doing that. I would love to be a part of them, and I have in fact been the beneficiary of these type of Christians who have actually come and bought my magazine and taken a photo with me and just been lovely people just for the sake of it. And there is an element of uncomfortability because you don't know how that person's going to react to your Christian message and that sort of thing. And obviously Christianity is a little bit outdated these days. So all these considerations are going around in your head. But I just think it's lovely. I think it's part of the spice of life that these things happen, and they're all good intentions, you know. So yeah, it's all good to me. Now, I think one of the other things that made me happy is the poster that I made for Larry, my barber. I made him a poster where I drew a picture in pencil, and I've reused one of my poems from probably almost 14, 15 years ago now, called The Barber, and I renamed it Larry the Amazing Barber. And I'll read it to you now. Larry the Amazing Barber. He snips and sniffs and snips the tufts of hair which fall down to the floor. Upon my head there's less and less hair. On the floor there's more and more. For what remains I'll pay a price, and once I leave I'll know that I'll return to have it cut again as it will grow. So there you have it, folks. That's my poem for Larry. I'm going to print it out, do some colour pencil work on the poster and probably laminate it and then give it to Larry, my barber. And you might see it if you're in Brisbane, Uptown, the barber in Uptown. But I must say it's quite interesting because in Uptown today there was the closing down sale of Maya News, which is known by various other names as well, but it's the newsagent in Uptown, and they seem to be not getting enough sales, so they're selling everything at half price. And I got three things. I got a folder, a ruler, which is 15 centimeters long, and a stack of a kind of this tin of cards that tells you these trivia facts about social media and what's really amazing facts about social media, which I haven't opened yet, but I will open when I'm in the presence of, for example, my personal trainer, Noah, who I often play games with, or occasionally play games with on outings and that sort of thing. So really interesting stuff. So one of the other things that makes me really happy is just the fact that I have access to books like this from the State Library of Queensland. This is called Fat Chance, Journalism Poems. It consists of stories written as poems, which are phrased in a sort of way as to sort of controversialize or manipulate your thinking into what the story is all about. So as you know, with journalism all around the world, with media and mainstream media particularly, the way people say things will have an effect on you and sway you towards thinking some people are the bad guys and some people are the good guys and so on. And this book is all about that. So I'm kind of pretty stoked that I have this book. But it's hard going to read, and I'll just get through as much of it as I can. Then there's this book of poems by Michael Dransfield, who was a famous poet who died young and was an inpatient of the mental health ward in the Canberra Hospital, where I was as well on quite a few occasions since 2005. So I kind of identify with Michael Dransfield's predicament as a person with lived experience of as a mental patient. Whether he was correctly diagnosed or not is another story, because I don't believe I'm correctly diagnosed. But that's in some of my other videos. In other news, there's a chance that I might get a new computer soon, but I've been looking at stuff like the ASUS ZenBook 14, and none of the models impressed me because of their certain flaws in the design, such as the positioning of the charging port. So I'm not impressed by that. But I have been interested in getting a new laptop, because the one I have that I showed you with the poster is probably about 4 or 5 years old. It's about 4 or 5 years old since 2020, in the COVID era when I got the computer. So it's been lasting me for a while, but it's starting to be slower and have this fan noise coming out of it. So, and battery life is pretty terrible now too. And last but not least, I've been writing some interesting poems lately as well, which always keeps me happy. Now, I would say that my writing has been variable in quality. So that means that some of my poems have been pretty good, but none of them has been outstanding. Like, I haven't been blown away by poems that I've written. I've kind of given myself 3 stars for each of my poems at best. So I look forward to writing really, really profound poems, something that blows me away. I feel like I'm losing. Well, I've run out of subject matter. Like, almost like I've written anything that I possibly can, and there's nothing left to write about. But I will keep on looking for material to write about, because there must be more. There must be more somewhere to keep on writing interesting poems about. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got to the end part, I can't give you a prize, but I can give you a clap on the back or something, metaphorically. And I hope you learned something from this video. So bye for now.